So it has been a hot minute since I've transferred the photos from my camera to my computer and edit them. So I thought I'd take this opportunity now to make a video out of it and show you guys my entire workflow from start to finish. And hopefully you guys can get some benefit out of it. So let's not waste any more time and show you guys what the camera in question is. This is my Fujifilm X100V. I've been shooting it on and off since the start of January, and I haven't touched or offloaded any photos since then. So I really don't know what I'm working with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the SD card out and, get to work. So I've already done it, but here is the card reader that I have. It's just a U-green card reader with the SD card inside, and I'm going to plug it in just a sec. And what I'm going to offload the images to is this SSD that I purchased last year on sale. It's a 2 terabyte SSD. But before we begin, I'm going to show you guys what I'm working with. I have a 2 monitor setup at home, and I feel like that's the optimum setup for most people. If you don't have 2 monitors, I highly recommend getting a second monitor. And if you have money to spare, I'd recommend getting a second monitor with color accuracy as well. Let me just turn the camera around so you can see. This is the main monitor that I work off of. It's not color accurate, but it gets the job done. And to the left is the color accurate monitor. And that's where I view my photos full screen to get a better idea of the color. Now let's begin my workflow. All right, so what you're seeing now is monitor 1. And when I plug my SD card in, a window should pop up. And this is my, DCIM. These are the Fuji files. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click and drag and snap the window to the right side of my monitor 1. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug my SSD in. The second window is going to pop up, and this is my SSD. I've already gone ahead and made a folder in the SSD called 01jan. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag and snap this window to the left side of my first monitor. My workflow when it comes to organizing my street photography it's not that deep. I have a folder dedicated to the month that I shot the photo in. So in this case, it's January. And basically I just create a folder every month, and whatever photos I take that month, I move it into that respective folder. And that's it. It's not that complicated. Everyone has their own unique way of sorting out images. This is just my own preferred way. So when it comes to sorting images, Fujifilm has this weird raw file that's not very friendly with Windows, so you can't really preview the raw files properly or efficiently. So what I've done if you look over here is I've separated the JPEG files from the raw files. And it's very easy to do that. You just right click and you go to sort by, and I sort by type. And then what I proceeded to do is I select group by, and then I say group by type. And so first it sorts the images from JPEG and the .raf file, and then it organizes it into a group. So you'll have a JPEG file group, and then you've got the RAF file group. So what I do is I open the JPEG file group, and I basically click on the first image. So I'm going to double click, and this is Windows Preview. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it to my second monitor here. As you can see, I've dragged it in. So now that I have my full screen preview on my other monitor, what I do is I basically close this JPEG file, open up my RAW file. And so whenever I like an image, the JPEG, I'm going to drag the RAW file directly into the SSD over here. So let's just say, for example, this is dscf1519.jpg, and I like this image. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click and I'm going to drag this into my SSD. And that's it. That's literally how I go about offloading my images to the SSD. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and offload the files or the images that I really like onto the SSD. And then what I'm going to do is we'll go into Capture One and we'll see the kind of photos that I chose, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I've just transferred the photos that I picked out onto my SSD. Now we're going to load up Capture One, and we're going to proceed to kind of review them and edit the ones that I really like out of the ones that I picked. So what I'm going to do now is hit import. And what that's going to do is load up all the photos from my SD card, which is what I don't want. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the SSD right here, and I'm going to review for import. And so now it's going to load up the photos that I've transferred over. to save time, I'm basically going to pick all in the corner and import all. And so now it's going through the process of importing all the photos onto Capture One. While I'm waiting for things to import, what I'm going to do is hit Window, and I'm going to go to Viewer. And you can't see it on screen right now, but basically I've opened up a viewer on my other monitor, the color accurate monitor, and that's where I'm going to be viewing the individual photos and, you know, basically just checking for color. So if you have a look over here, this is the second monitor, and yeah, right now it's empty because I'm not selected any images, but if I go ahead and click on one of the images right now, you can see it loads up the image right here. So yeah, that's basically how I work. I look back and forth from, you know, my main image to the editing, you know, screen over here. And whenever I make adjustments, I just basically look to my left, check the image is okay, and then go back to editing on this side. So beginning with the first image, I really like this image. This was taken, I think, New Year's Day, or the 2nd of January. And I was just coming out of the train station and I saw a group of pigeons fly by. I thought this was nice. I took it in color, but I think I might just add a quick edit to it to see what it looks like in black and white. I've got my custom edits, heavy black and white right here, and distort correct because I shot it on 28mm. In Capture One, it doesn't automatically apply the 28mm wide angle adapter. So I manually created a preset where it changed or it fixes the distortion of the lens. So that's basically how I edit. Sometimes it ends up being good, just like this. I kind of like, you know, the contrast of this image. So we're just going to leave it at that and move on to the next one. And I'm actually editing these photos in real time. So what you're seeing right now is me being as speedy as I can to make this video as interesting as possible. Let me just switch over to the second monitor. This one is interesting. I was at the central train station, the concourse, and there were a lot of reflections going on the floor. And then I noticed that, you know, I could get down low and take a photo of people walking past. And this is the best shot that I ended up with. It's just like a girl walking past the frame. Her legs are in the frame and it's framing up a little kid in the background. Obviously it's a little bit dark right now, so I'm going to bump up the exposure so that I can see the little kid. Okay, now that I can see the little kid, we face an issue, and that is that the highlights are a little bit blown out. So I'm going to bring down the highlights just a little bit. You don't want to bring it down all the way because it looks a little bit fake. So I'm just going to bring it down enough. The shadows look a little bit fine, look fine to me. I think if you want to bring more focus into the little kid, you need to bring up the shadows just a tad. And then the blacks, I like to personally crush the blacks just a little bit, but that is personal preference. And then finally, because the framing and the composition is just a little bit off, I'm going to go ahead and crop the image just a little bit so that we get a better framing. I want the kid in the center of the frame, obviously. I want the legs to frame up the kid perfectly. So something like this. I do want the feet to be completely in view. I'm going to bring it out a bit. Like so. It's not the best composition, but this might work. So if I show you this is the final image. I think this will work, and I'm going to leave it at that. Moving on. This is walking past the bus station. There's one guy on the left hand side just minding his own business, two girls having a fun chat, and then a dad and his daughter just kind of chilling. I just thought that was an interesting kind of mix of interactions, and I just took a photo from the hip because I like this image. I'm going to bring the framing just in a bit like so. There we go. And then I'm going to add my style here. I like black and white. Let's see what it looks like in color. Color might work actually. So I'm just going to change it to color. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the exposure. It's a little bit too dark. Highlights are fine. Shadows, maybe bring up the shadows just a little bit. And saturation, I'm going to pump up just slightly. And then for the curves, I'm going to just kind of add the standard curve to give it a little bit more punch. If you guys are enjoying the content so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future content. And if you want to support me even further, buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com. Links down in the description below. Thanks guys, and back to the video. Okay, moving on to the next image. A lot of things going on the right hand side. Obviously a lady is just looking down at her phone, but she's got her back away from the traffic lights. Usually they're looking towards the other side of the road. So I thought that was nice. And because the wind was blowing really intensely, I guess, her hair is all like flared up. So I thought that was nice. Moving on to the left-hand side of the image, you've got, this lady over here with her gesture, with her hand on her head. And then just in front of her, you've got the man in a very similar gesture with his left arm bent, but he's kind of cupping the back of his neck. And then on the left next to him is a lady with, an opposite gesture, where the arm's moving downwards instead of upwards. So I thought these triangles kind of make sense, and it balances out the image. So you've got a lot of things to stare at. You've got the car as well. Just a lot of things going on, and I kind of like the layer effect that this image gives. So I'm gonna add the color to it because I think color looks better. Add the distortion correction, and now I'm going to go ahead and brighten this up, bring up the shadows just a little bit, lower the highlights just a tad, just lower the blacks. Actually, no, you know what? I'm going to add the curve, and then I'm going to bring down the blacks just a little bit. Maybe lower the contrast just slightly. It's a little bit too harsh. And then increase the exposure, and then up the saturation just a little bit, and then we're done. Now I've got a series of 3 images here. I've got this one, I've got this one, and I've got this one. I don't know which one to pick out of the 3. I thought all 3 had elements that are nice. I really like the flow of the hair in this image, but just not really the composition. In this image, I like it because it's more side on. Her face is kind of masked off, so you can't really get an idea of who she is. I like that anonymity aspect. And the third image is the perfect composition, really. I don't really need to touch up too much of it, but the only downside is if I zoom in, it's kind of out of focus. I don't know how big of a deal it is. It's focusing on the further part of her hair and not the closer part, which is what I wanted. But I was shooting continuous autofocus, and yeah, it was just messed up. But I really like this image. So bring up the contrast, lower the highlights a little bit. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. That's the final image. Do I like it right now? Yes. Will I like it in a few months' time? Maybe not. It really depends. This image taken in the city, I like the interactions between everything, or the family here. The wife is hugging the youngest kid, and this daughter is kind of sitting on top of the seat, interacting with the dad. I feel like it's a nice moment captured. Bring up the exposure, lower the highlights, bring down the contrast just a little bit, bring up the shadows, bring down the blacks, and that looks pretty good. Might reframe this, might crop this in a little bit because I don't like the negative space at the bottom. Actually, this man on the side is very distracting, so I'm just going to crop it in even more. Maybe I can squeeze that in. Yes, I can. And then this is the resulting image. If you haven't noticed already, I like to shoot in black and white, but sometimes color ends up looking better. So if I go color and distortion correction, you can instantly see why I took this photo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the exposure a little bit. It is very dark in these galleries, so that's why it looks like this. I'm going to decrease the contrast because I kind of want this to be a little bit more mute and soft. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump the saturation down just a tad and up the brightness. I'll bring down I'm bringing up the shadows just a little bit. And what I'm going to do now is, first of all, I'm going to straighten the image like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the white balance. I don't like how warm it is in this image. I do want to give it a cooler tone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it over like so. And yeah, I think that should do it. I really like the colors going on. You've got the red in the wall in the back matching the red of this painting, of this photography on the wall. Then you've got this lady wearing a kind of the same colored shirt as the wall around her. So I thought that was an amazing scene. I took a photo of it, and I really like how it turned out. So much so that I took another photo. I kind of worked the scene here because no one was paying attention to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this edit and I'm going to apply this edit to this image and see if I can make anything of it. This composition may work, but I am not entirely sure. I feel like this works. It doesn't really follow the rule of thirds. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Here we've got a installation where these are like famous headshots, and these are all sculptures. I think they're 3D printed. I can't remember if it was, but the only person I know is Salvador Dali down here. And I thought it was just, you know, the way the light hits the statues was really interesting, and I liked it in black and white. So I'm going to correct the distortion, give it that black and white treatment, and then what I'm going to do is quickly edit the perspective to make it look more front on, because I took it at an angle. It doesn't really look as good. So I'm going to go to Keystone in Capture One and press Auto, and it should be able to just align everything and make it look straight. Finishing off by giving it a crop, so you remove the background so it's all black like that. Boom. How about that? It's an artwork of an artwork. That pretty much covers the entire editing process. Those are all the photos that I picked out in the month of January. If you want to see more editing sessions like this, let me know in the comment section below. If you want to see a deep dive into how I edit my photos, breaking down every step of the way, let me know in the comment section below so I can do a video about that. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.